And Hollow Words, 20 pounds. The roasty is immune to all critique. One may call her a thot, a bitch, a whore. It runs off her like views of a bake stream. Call her a roasty. Call her a roasty. You will see how she recoils and suddenly shrinks back. I just want reaction, lols. This is a paraphrasing of Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf.
Fucking absolutely hilarious. And
Andy, I need to apologize. I said that the super chat was quoted from Adolf Hitler. It was from Joseph Goebbels' Ministry of Propaganda.
I don't want to fuck that up.
I apologize to Adolf Hitler. I'm sorry. I apologize to the alt-right.
Evening,
Hey.
evening, gentlemen. How's
Hey,
it
what's
going?
going
Is
on,
my mic is my mic coming in okay, or do I have an echo like I'm God?
Very
No,
good.
no, it's not like yeah. Last night on Baked Stream, the echo. I was like in the chat, like, could you fucking turn off that echo?
I would have been here sooner, Andy, but I had to swing by Fuentes' place so he could borrow me some of his thought repellent, so I'd be safe coming onto the stream.
You're safe.
Yo, let's get your Metokur. So you were there last night. I've never seen you that angry before.
I don't like. It's a personal gripe, I guess. I don't like people that build up an audience by presenting themselves as one thing and then doing an about face and being like, "I'm better than you now. I don't need you now. You can go away. You're toxic. You're problematic." All that Tumblr speak bullshit. It really rings hollow. It's false, and it's fucking annoying. It's really really annoying. We don't want you here. I mean, you can't say nigger in the chat, but if it's a super chat, then you can.
Then you have to play the song, exactly.
Oh, even she's turning on him.
Well, if I can ask you and JF to take off your fucking fedoras for a minute and stop white knighting for a second.
I'm not white knighting for shit.
You two are what?
We're
Oh my
gentlemen.
God, Erin, you're so nice, Erin. I want to get that phone number so I can.
We're
fuck
gentlemen. We're gentlemen.
Jim.
That's what we do here.
Where did you see that I white knighted? I always give my objective opinion. My objective
should have
opinion is
torn-
that
you
there's
should
a
have torn her
future.
apart. For what?
Torn her apart for what?
Oh, okay. Baked Alaska's imploding right now, and this chick is loving every second of the spotlight.
It's beautiful, Mr. Metokur. You know what's happening right now, Mr. Metokur?
What's happening?
You
What's
cannot
happening?
take it that there's a girl who throws better than you.
Oh no.
I don't know if I'd call it being a troll or being a whore. I mean, there's a kind of a difference between the two, isn't there, JF?
Oh, Mr. Metokur comes here to do the moralization. That is the most beautiful thing.
But Metokur, do you think that it may have been a little bit too far when she was chatting with us and she was bent over on the bed a little bit?
I don't know, Andy. I mean, you've got her showing up on a stream with a good amount of viewers, and suddenly the tits come out, and suddenly she's saying stuff like, "Well, Jim was right. Bake turned on his audience for pussy." I just wonder what Bake's opinion on this is.
He'll be in a
like
second.
how he's good. I want to know how he's viewing those LA friends right about now.
Wait, please let me clear. I fully understand where you're coming from. Trust me, I'm not here to, moralize or say anything that's in defense of this whole thing. But I am not here to tear Bake down or insult Bake. I respect Bake's whatever he wants to do. I fully hate Los Angeles. I hate the idea of being a leech who fame whores. The one thing you can say I'm a whore. I use, my flirtatious nature to create spectacles and get viewers and whatever. Fine, it's totally fair. But me wanting to hurt somebody and do that's the one thing I'm not trying to do. Bullying me.
I don't know. I mean, he's burning down and you're dancing in the ashes. You seem
I'm not.
You seem pretty pleased to be on Warski now with 4,000 people watching.
It's not
almost
from
5.
Again, I get why you would think that. It makes logical sense if I was a typical dumb, vicious, soulless girl. But the truth of this situation is I actually was the most excited to talk to you yesterday. I was intrigued by your personality. I watched a video where you tore, again, because I don't want to say something rude, but I watched you say things that I found hilarious and spot on. And I was like, damn, this guy is really aware of reality and perceptive, and I was kind of intimidated yet intrigued. So I was excited when you were on.
Sweetie boy.
And
I don't know if you should be telling the guy that came in here and said you're a backstabbing whore that he's very perceptive but gauging reality.
It's funny that you say that, because I actually was asking myself, why did he get me so wrong? But people do that all the time with me. I get why they do, but it's interesting to analyze it, I guess. But I didn't want to annoy Bake's audience. I would rather have him be shamelessly baked. I want everybody to be themselves, and it doesn't matter to me if he says the N-word or just anything that's insane. And I would never want him to change for my own views, but it's not even about me. I sincerely mean that. I just want people to have a voice and to stand up for what they believe in. That's all I care.
Erin, last night when Metokur was talking to Baked, because you said they didn't let you hop in, but did you think that Metokur was spot on with what he was saying?
Yes, I did. I thought Metokur had, again, he was watching a conversation that was fake. Chad was blah, 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 blahing. And I was like, oh my God, this is the most disingenuous thing ever. It sounded like a PR machine creating bullshit. And I literally cringe at that, because I know Baked in his heart is a man that wants to be heard and express himself freely. I know that. I don't think my instincts are wrong with that. It's just in this city, in this world, in this endless stream of blood sports, attacking, la la la, it can be easy to get caught up in wanting to save something and do damage control. I get it, but it was sad to watch, because I know that deep down in his heart, he just wants to be his full self. But again, it's easy to feel like you can't.
Well, if you know how sensitive Baked is, and you know that he has feelings for you because he keeps talking about how complicated it is, that he doesn't know if he's dating Erin or not, but he definitely seems to like to try to guard against other guys showing an interest. Then why are you leading him around by his dick? Why are you sitting on his lap? Why are you acting flirtatious with him? It just seems like you're throwing pussy in his face that he's never going to tap.
Okay, well, I honestly sat on his lap yesterday to piss the girl off. That was the only reason, because she was attacking and shaming me, and in my mind I was like, fine, I'm the dumb thought object. I'll play that role, and I'll
he
do
was
what
hard,
I know.
right? You were saying he was hard when you sat on his lap?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said that. Sorry.
He was like, get on. No, like I it's bad.
He's getting hard. That's why he pushed you off him.
I did it just because I was a little impish child, and I was pissed that she was being mean to me, and I was like, fine, call me a slut, I'll act insane. And again, I shouldn't have done that. It was not right. I know, but I did it.
So has your boyfriend righteously beaten you yet for the shit that's gone on the last 24
I
hours?
deserve a big punch to the face, to be
A
honest.
big fucking deck right in the face. A nice fucking fist right in your teeth. Yeah, that happened. Is that going to happen soon?
It has not happened yet, but it absolutely should.
Does your boyfriend have a functioning penis? Why is he allowing you to run around and act like this?
He's not happy with me, and I'm mad at myself, and I feel very ashamed of it. I should not have behaved that way, and I have no answer. It's wrong, and I should not have done it, but I did it, and I'm owning that.
Now, if I can verge off of this for a second, because I don't know if JF got the whole story, because there is a piece.
I don't know much.
Oh no,
I'm discovering stuff as you reveal it.
Yeah.
There is a piece, JF. This is a side note to the baked and thought thing. There was a guy last night named Chad, and Chad made some statements about pedophilia live on the live stream. I don't remember the exact quotes. I'm not going to even try to put it out there, but it sounded kind of like advocacy, and he was saying it a couple of times, reiterating it over and over again. Yeah. So people ended up saying, we're gonna tell your boss, because apparently his boss is like some kind of conservative figure, and so they got a hold of the boss, and so Chad starts freaking out. He's flipping the fuck out, right? And he's saying, my life is over, my life is ruined, everything's gonna burn to the ground. I'm so fucked. Bake, turn off the stream. This isn't a fucking joke. My life is going down the toilet. Now,
so
I want you to
this was one of the guys who was live with them, or it was someone on the internet?
No, this was live. This was somebody. Yeah,
right
this guy in the apartment with them.
Oh God.
Yeah, but it gets better though, and I want you to, juxtapose that. I want you to juxtapose that with this. When Tonka and everybody came on at the very end of the evening, remember? And they're making jokes about Baked. Do you remember how Baked reacted? He asked Tonka, "Are you my friend?" He got upset. He said, "Are you my friend? Why would you treat me like this? Why would you say these things?" Now here he's getting upset at Tonka for making jokes about him for the shit show that went on for 6 hours on the internet. And yet a person who I guess is his friend, who's in his fucking apartment physically, whose life is in tatters, his shit is imploding, is begging him to turn off the stream, and he doesn't do it. So how would you judge that, Jeff?
Happened?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What would you say about the character? See, this is what I want to talk to Baked about now. Now that he's had a little time to cool down, I've had a little time to cool down. I want to know how you can go off on Tonka for making a joke on the internet, and yet have a guy in your apartment who is apparently your friend, whose life is over, and begging you to turn the stream off, and you're not going to do it because you want to get those super chats.
Oh,
So Beck is now hanging out in LA with pedo apologists and making a show out of it.
Yeah. Oh, it gets. JF, would you like to know more? Yeah, JF, there's actually more to the background of this guy, and I want to try to tell it without giving away his identity, even though it's already been put out there, and I'm sure Ralph would probably write an article on it. It's too juicy not to. Guy was arrested for meth possession. Apparently, from what I understand, yeah, Ralph had this going on earlier. From what I understand, he ended up getting caught because when the cops were searching his vehicle for drugs and stuff, or they pulled him over or something like that, the guy said, "Hey, can you hand me this?" They're like, "Do you want any objects from your car or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, I need this." And the cop goes to hand him it, and it's a bag of meth.
What?
Oh, no, it's funny, Andy, that you say he's a retard, because his father wrote a best-selling book about autism, specifically about his son.
Is this all?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just want you to. I just want you to get this in your mind, right? There's Baked. He's building up an organic audience, right? He's got people interested in the shit he's doing, and then all of a sudden, all these fucking LA people start showing up. You got a chick that isn't gonna fuck him, but sits on his lap. You got an autistic meth addict, pedo apologist hanging out in his fucking apartment. You've got these kind of people just hanging around him right at the same time that he's starting to say, "I don't want you to say toxic shit in my chat."
JF, go ahead.
About the autistic aspect, I've seen that this guy speaks publicly about autism. He doesn't sound autistic to me. He sounds more gay, but not autistic. Do you have any background info on that?
Well, I should say, okay, because they took, if I remember from the new diagnostic manual, they took Asperger's off, right? They just put it on a spectrum along with autism as not a separate diagnosis. But he claims that he's trying to behave, neurotypical, and that he's got Asperger's. And that's the story the father wrote, was about, oh God, a deal. He's like, when my son was 2 years old, I realized there was a problem. And so that I understand, there was speculation that he made it up just so he could go to autism conventions to try to get easy women. Like, like Cartman in that South Park episode about the Special Olympics, like where he's faking it to try to.
Unfortunately, I didn't have time to research, but the thing that shocks me with this guy is if he actually got that diagnosis, I think there's a big chance it could be an erroneous diagnosis. This guy doesn't look like an Asperger to me.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on here, but the LA mindset, and again, I'm assuming that's where Baked is, but it's these fame-hungry fucking people that will claw into you to try to use you to get and propel themselves forward, right? They follow, like Ice Poseidon is some guy that Baked has hung out with a few times, but they fucking stalk him. Like, they follow him around because he's got subs, and they want to, like, they've all got selfie sticks and shit. And it's like he's devolved into this fucking group of people, and it just tanked his fucking stuff. And what pisses me off, and the thing that got to me last night, is you had groups of people that paid you money, that subbed to you, that came at 3 a.m. to watch you speak. And you're going to turn around and act like you're better than them. You don't need them anymore. And that is just the shittiest fucking thing you can do on the internet. I like people that are consistent and honest. I don't care if you're left or right, but be fucking consistent about it.
Sorry, I'm going to step in for 1 second. So Baked just Skyped me. I sent him the link. He should be here in a second, hopefully. He just wrote, "Not cool, Andy." And I'm like, dude, come in and explain yourself. I'm like, you fucked up. It's time for you to explain yourself. That's how this works. You're the one live. You did this stuff to yourself. I'm giving you the chance to answer questions in an environment where there's not like 18 people around you and there's a fucking robotic woman being like, that's fucking based. Oh, just fucking madness. Fucking Baked Alaska, come in here. And then he just wrote, Mr. Metokur is calling me a pedo apologist. No, he wasn't talking about you.
I wasn't talking about Baked. What the fuck is he talking about?
He's not talking about you. We were not talking about you at all in that situation. We're talking about the person that was at your place. He might have jumped in after his shower and then heard you talking about.
Well, Andy, did you not see the stream last night? I mean, the thought was there. You remember this, right? What he said and the fucking super chats that continually went through. There were like 20 of them saying, this guy's a pedo apologist and we're calling his boss.
Of course I do.
Yeah, so it wasn't. Boy, just real fast, Hollow Words through 50 pounds. Thank you so much. Jim, you also have your above it all streak. Your constant aloof, I don't care attitude you probably got from pre-2008 beat shifts on all opinions. Baked might have betrayed his viewers, but you don't engage with them to begin with.
Sure I do. I go on streams all the time with people that have no fucking sub count. So you can find shit where I've been on channels that had fucking 2 subscribers, and I sat there and talked for 3 hours. People message me through multiple social media things. Just because you're not seeing it doesn't mean I don't engage, and I don't put out private fucking conversations to be like, see what a good person I am, see how many people I talk to. It's not that I'm aloof or above it all. It's just I don't like people that try to tap into a market, I guess, as the influencers would say, which Baked apparently considers himself among now, and try to use them like a rung on a ladder and then discard them like they're fucking dirty when it's inconvenient. Mm-hmm. Like that's a shitty thing to me to do. I mean, you know, the stuff he was saying was, yeah, you're toxic, but he followed that up with us influencers. Our group of influencers don't want toxicity anymore. And you can't, you know, don't say 97 IQ. If you think it's low IQ, get the fuck out.
I'll say this.
Like, what happened to the banter? Yeah, sorry, Andy.
No, I was just saying Metokur because remember you were yelling at him, and then finally he apologized. And he said, I'm sorry to the audience if I fucking, you know, went too far. So I was watching both streams last night, like 2 open tabs. Actually, I had my phone open with one stream and a computer, and I had one headphone on one side and one on the other, and I was changing volume levels so I could hear what's happening on both sides. And then when you had left and went back to Ralph Retort, he later went on like a 20-minute fucking monologue, and I was yelling in the chat, please, Bake, just chill out, man, just stop. And he kept just doing this thing, we're trying to change the world, and blah, and then he reverted back to saying, we don't want your toxicity here. And I don't care if you call me this or that. And
well, it's like he tried to divert it. That was the thing that I didn't get. He was like, oh, you just don't like it because I'm doing like I'm going out and doing activism. I didn't say anything about him going to protest Syria. I never tweeted about it because it was a non-issue. I mean, it wasn't brought up until he said something.
Hey Jim, check out the chat. So that's the view that we had on the chat. And then when she showed us the tattoo under her ribs to see if there was, someone tweeted that, Erin. Not me, don't worry.